Every day, we encounter numerous faces, each with a story as vast as any book. Yet even in close proximity, understanding those around us can remain elusive. What if beneath the diverse expressions we observe, there exists a universal thread of ancient Stoic wisdom? Today, we delve into the depths of the minds and hearts around us, not merely to observe, but to truly comprehend. We're exploring 10 fundamental truths about people as taught by Stoicism, revealing not weaknesses but profound strengths. These insights don't just inform us, they have the power to alter our interactions, how we face challenges, and how we build connections. Join me as we uncover the mysteries of human nature together, demonstrating how Stoic philosophy still illuminates our path in today's world. If you find value in these unique insights and want to support the channel, please subscribe and don't skip any part of this video. Consider yourself among the few who are ready to adopt a perspective that could profoundly reshape your understanding of life. Everyone is shaped by their experiences. Every individual is akin to a book, with each chapter written by our experiences. It's intriguing to consider how every interaction and moment builds upon the previous ones to shape who we are today. Stoicism teaches us that it's not the events themselves that define us, but our reactions to them. This ancient philosophy views life as a forge for our character, where each joy, challenge, and setback further shapes our resolve. For example, someone who has endured great hardship may approach life with caution and resilience, not out of natural distrust or innate strength, but because their experiences have shown them the fragility and robustness of human nature. Conversely, someone from a sheltered background might face the world with unguarded optimism. Each of these perspectives is not merely a personal trait, but a reflection of the path that person has walked. Understanding this can revolutionize our interactions. When someone behaves in a puzzling way, perhaps overly cautious or seemingly aggressive, it helps to consider the unseen forces that have shaped their behavior. By adhering to Stoic principles, focusing on the present, and controlling our reactions, we can engage more meaningfully with others, responding not just to their overt emotions, but to the deeper currents influencing them. Every person we meet is like a unique book, where each page turn is an experience that shapes their narrative. It's fascinating to think about how each encounter and every moment build upon one another to mold who we are in the present. Stoicism teaches us that our identities are not defined by these experiences alone, but rather by how we choose to respond to them. According to this philosophy, life acts as a forge for our character, where every challenge, joy, and obstacle further defines and strengthens us. Consider, for instance, an individual who has faced considerable adversity. This person might navigate life with a blend of caution and resilience, not because they are inherently distrustful or naturally strong, but because their life experiences have exposed them to both the fragility and the durability of human nature. On the flip side, someone who has experienced a more protected upbringing might approach the world with a fearless optimism. Each of these viewpoints is more than just a personal characteristic. They are a reflection of the journeys these individuals have traveled. Grasping this concept can be transformative in how we interact with others. When we encounter behaviors that seem puzzling or reactions that are extreme, whether it's excessive caution or unexpected aggression, it's beneficial to recognize the complex interplay of past influences shaping these responses. Stoic wisdom encourages us to focus on the present and control our reactions, allowing us to engage with others not just superficially, but on a more profound, empathetic level. By adopting this approach, we don't merely react to the visible emotions of others. Instead, we respond to the underlying experiences that drive those emotions. This deeper engagement doesn't just enhance our understanding of others, it also elevates our capacity for empathy, enabling us to navigate complex social landscapes with grace and wisdom. Diverse communication styles. Just as a river's flow varies, so too does the way people communicate. Some individuals are like rapid torrents, expressing themselves directly and forcefully, while others resemble a gentle stream, conveying their thoughts subtly and delicately. This variation in communication styles can enrich our interactions, but also poses potential for confusion and misunderstanding if not navigated with care. Stoicism teaches us the importance of understanding and adapting to these varied styles. Stoics believed that effective interaction hinges on our ability to listen and respond appropriately, not just on the words we choose. For instance, those who prefer direct communication value transparency and might view indirectness as evasion or insincerity. Conversely, those who are more reserved might find blunt communication too harsh or overwhelming. By recognizing and respecting these differences, we can adapt our approach to better connect with each individual, creating bridges of understanding that enhance clarity and effectiveness in our exchanges. Would you like to continue expanding this paragraph to match the original number of words before moving on to the next paragraph? Communication, much like the varied flow of a river, shifts and changes from person to person. Some individuals communicate with the force of rushing waters, direct and assertive in their expression, leaving little room for doubt about their intentions. Others may resemble a gentle stream, their words flowing softly and subtly, often requiring more attentive listening to grasp the full depth of their thoughts. This diversity in communication styles is a rich tapestry that, while enhancing our interactions, can also be a source of potential confusion and misunderstanding if not navigated with wisdom and adaptability. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy with practical applications for modern interactions, teaches us the critical importance of understanding these varied communication styles. The Stoics believed that the essence of effective communication lies not only in the content of our words, but in our ability to listen, interpret, and respond appropriately. For example, someone who values straightforward communication might perceive indirect or nuanced expressions as evasive or insincere. In contrast, a person who communicates in a more reserved or subtle manner might view direct expressions as overwhelming or insensitive. By learning to recognize these differences, we can tailor our interactions to better align with the communication preferences of those we are speaking with. This doesn't mean changing our own style to mimic others, but rather building a bridge of understanding that facilitates clearer and more effective communication. It's about appreciating that behind every style of communication lies a history of experiences, beliefs, and cultural influences that shape how individuals present their thoughts and feelings. Embracing this Stoic approach allows us to be more mindful and intentional in our interactions. It teaches us that the ultimate goal of communication should not be to dominate or impress, but to connect and understand. By fostering this understanding, we not only prevent misunderstandings but also enhance our relationships, making our social interactions smoother and more meaningful. Varied responses to stress affects everyone differently. Some react to stress with a tempest-like intensity, loud and clear, while others may respond more subtly, withdrawing quietly. These varied responses are deeply embedded in our personalities and experiences, as well as our biological makeup. Stoicism provides a profound way to manage stress, reminding us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. For those who react intensely, Stoic practices like reflection and restraint can help moderate their reactions. For those who tend to withdraw, Stoicism encourages a proactive approach to address concerns rather than retreating. Recognizing these patterns not only helps us manage our own stress, but also assists us in creating supportive environments for others. This understanding enhances our emotional intelligence, equipping us to handle complex dynamics more effectively. Stress manifests in individuals in vastly different ways, reflecting the unique composition of our personalities, life experiences, and even biological predispositions. Some people may react to stress with a storm-like intensity, their emotions loud and forceful, much like a tempest sweeping through with undeniable presence. Others might handle stress more quietly, retreating into a drizzle of introspection, their reactions less visible but deeply felt. These variations are not arbitrary, but are deeply ingrained aspects of who we are. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that remains highly relevant today, offers valuable insights into managing these diverse stress responses. The Stoics teach us that although we cannot control the external events that bring about stress, we have the power to control how we respond to these events. For someone who reacts to stress with high energy and visible agitation, Stoic practices such as reflection and restraint can serve as tools to temper their outward reactions, promoting a more measured response. Conversely, for individuals who respond to stress by withdrawing, Stoicism encourages an active, rather than passive approach to dealing with their concerns, advocating for engagement and thoughtful action over retreat. Understanding and recognizing these varied stress responses not only aids us in managing our own stress more effectively, but also enables us to support others in their stress management. By adapting our approaches to fit the needs of those around us, we can foster environments that are more nurturing and supportive. This not only enhances our capacity for emotional intelligence, but also equips us to navigate and mitigate complex interpersonal dynamics more effectively, thereby improving both personal and collective well-being. Inherent judgment. This trait has historical roots in survival. Early humans needed to quickly evaluate situations for potential threats. However, in today's complex social world, these quick judgments can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, as they often rely on incomplete information. Stoicism teaches us the importance of suspending immediate judgments. The Stoics believed that wise individuals strive to see things as they truly are, without letting impressions or assumptions cloud their judgment. They encourage us to question our initial reactions and consider whether they are based on fact or bias. This reflective practice aligns with the Stoic ideal of cultivating virtue through understanding and self-control. By taking a step back before forming judgments, we give ourselves the space to gather more information and gain a deeper understanding of the situation and the people involved. This can help prevent the kind of snap judgments that lead to stereotypes or unfair assessments of others. Judgment is a natural human capability that has historically played a crucial role in survival. Our ancestors needed to make quick assessments of their environment to determine potential threats and opportunities, ensuring their survival. In the modern world, however, this tendency to make swift judgments can sometimes backfire, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts when these judgments are based on incomplete information or preconceived notions. Stoicism, a philosophy that values wisdom and virtue, teaches us the significance of pausing and reflecting before making judgments. Stoics advocate for a thoughtful examination of our initial impressions, urging us to consider whether our reactions are rooted in actual facts or are merely reflections of our biases and prejudices. This practice is fundamental to developing a more profound understanding and cultivating self-control, key aspects of Stoic virtue. By resisting the urge to make immediate judgments, we allow ourselves the opportunity to gather more comprehensive information, which can lead to a more nuanced understanding of the situations and individuals we encounter. This approach helps prevent the formation of stereotypes and unfair characterizations, fostering a more just and empathetic interaction with others. It also aligns with the Stoic goal of seeing the world more clearly and acting with integrity based on that clarity. Embracing this Stoic practice not only improves our personal interactions, but also enhances our broader societal engagements, promoting a culture of understanding and respect rather than judgment and prejudice. This shift from quick judgment to thoughtful consideration reflects a maturity and depth of character that Stoicism seeks to instill in its adherents. Universal insecurities. In the vast landscape of human interactions, one poignant truth stands out. Regardless of the facade of confidence, insecurities simmer beneath the surface for us all. This universal vulnerability is not a flaw, but a facet of the human condition that connects us. Stoicism provides valuable insights into navigating these often unspoken insecurities. It teaches that our responses to insecurities can either empower or hinder us. By acknowledging and examining our insecurities through a lens of objectivity and compassion, we can manage them effectively. This not only helps us understand ourselves better, but also fosters deeper empathy for others. Recognizing that everyone, regardless of status or stature, grapples with their own doubts and fears, can transform the way we interact with others. Instead of judging or competing, we can approach interactions with kindness and a supportive spirit, helping to lift each other up rather than capitalizing on perceived weaknesses. Would you like to continue expanding this paragraph to match the original number of words before moving on to the next paragraph? In the intricate web of human interactions, a universal truth is remarkably evident. No matter how confident someone may appear, insecurities lie just beneath the surface for everyone. This shared vulnerability isn't a defect, rather, it's an inherent part of the human experience that binds us together. Stoicism, with its profound philosophical insights, offers a way to navigate these often unspoken insecurities more effectively. It teaches us that our approach to handling insecurities can significantly empower us or hold us back. By confronting our insecurities with objectivity and compassion, we can manage them constructively. This practice doesn't just enhance self-understanding, it also cultivates a deeper empathy towards others. It helps us realize that all individuals, regardless of their outward success or social standing, face their own internal struggles with doubt and insecurity. This awareness can fundamentally change how we interact with others. Instead of responding with judgment or competitiveness, Stoicism encourages us to engage with others through a lens of kindness and support. By doing so, we contribute to building each other up, fostering an environment where instead of exploiting vulnerabilities, we offer encouragement and strength. Acknowledging universal insecurities in this way not only deepens our interpersonal connections, but also aligns with the Stoic principles of community and mutual support. This understanding allows us to approach every interaction with a spirit of cooperation and mutual upliftment, thereby enriching our social fabric. In recognizing and addressing our own and others' insecurities with sensitivity and support, we practice the Stoic virtues of wisdom and humanity, enhancing not just individual relationships, but also contributing to a more empathetic society. Self-interest in relationships. Navigating relationships often involves a complex dance of understanding and adapting to one another's motives and needs. A fundamental truth that can sometimes be hard to accept is that not everyone will always act with your best interests at heart. Stoics teach that while we cannot control the actions or intentions of others, we can control our reactions to them. By recognizing that individuals often act from a place of self-interest, we can better prepare ourselves to respond with reason, rather than disappointment or resentment. This understanding allows us to approach relationships with a clearer view, anticipating that people might prioritize their needs and desires, which is a natural human tendency. Accepting this aspect of human nature doesn't mean becoming cynical or distrusting everyone, but rather involves cultivating a realistic appreciation for the complexities of human motives. It encourages us to foster relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, where expectations are clearly communicated and boundaries are respected. Navigating the intricate dynamics of relationships requires an understanding that at times, individuals may prioritize their own interests, possibly overlooking the needs of others. This realization, while challenging, is essential for maintaining healthy interactions. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that we cannot control other people's actions or intentions, but we can manage our own reactions. By acknowledging that self-interest often guides human behavior, we can adopt a more reasoned and less emotionally charged approach to our relationships. This perspective does not necessitate a cynical view of human nature. Rather, it calls for a realistic acceptance of the complexities involved in human motives and interactions. Understanding that self-interest is a natural human inclination allows us to navigate relationships with greater awareness and preparedness, reducing feelings of betrayal or disappointment when expectations are not met. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate relationships founded on mutual respect and clear communication. This involves setting and respecting boundaries, openly discussing expectations, and accepting that while people may act in their own best interests, these actions do not necessarily reflect their feelings towards us or their overall character. By approaching relationships with this balanced viewpoint, we foster a healthier, more understanding environment where both parties feel respected and valued. Moreover, this Stoic approach helps us to build stronger, more resilient bonds. It teaches us to appreciate the nuances of human behavior and to interact with others in ways that are both empathetic and pragmatic. This not only enhances our personal relationships, but also strengthens our social interactions, making them more fulfilling and less fraught with misunderstanding. Projection of thoughts and feelings. Projection is a fascinating and often unconscious psychological mechanism where one attributes their own traits, emotions, or impulses to another person. This can lead to significant misunderstandings and conflicts because it distorts how we perceive others' actions and intentions. Stoics advocate for a deep reflection into our own thoughts and behaviors, encouraging us to question the origins of our accusations or judgments about others. For example, if you find yourself accusing a colleague of being selfish, it might be useful to consider whether your own fears or past experiences are coloring your perception. This self-examination requires honesty and courage, but is crucial for personal growth and healthier relationships. Understanding projection can also lead to more authentic and open communications. When we recognize that our criticisms or negative perceptions might be reflections of our inner conflicts, we can choose to address these issues directly rather than displacing them onto others. This shift not only clarifies our interactions, but also fosters a more supportive and empathetic environment. Projection, the psychological tendency to ascribe one's own feelings, thoughts, or traits onto others, is an intriguing and often subconscious process that can significantly distort our perceptions and interactions. This mechanism can lead to notable misunderstandings and interpersonal conflicts as it shapes how we interpret the behaviors and intentions of those around us. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-awareness and introspection, provides a valuable framework for addressing and understanding this phenomenon. When we project our own issues onto others, it can cloud our judgment, leading us to misinterpret others' actions based on our own biases and experiences. For instance, if you perceive a colleague as selfish, it's worth considering whether this judgment is genuinely reflective of their actions or if it's influenced by your own insecurities or past experiences with other individuals. This level of self-reflection requires honesty and courage, as it challenges us to look inward and confront parts of ourselves that we may not be comfortable with. By acknowledging and examining our tendencies to project, we can begin to separate our own emotional baggage from the actions of others. This understanding allows for more genuine interactions, where communication is based on actual behaviors rather than our assumptions or misinterpretations. Furthermore, recognizing projection in our interactions encourages us to approach relationships with greater empathy and support, creating a more positive and understanding environment. This shift not only helps in clearing up misunderstandings, but also enhances our ability to support and empathize with others. It encourages a dialogue that seeks to understand and resolve underlying issues rather than exacerbating them through misplaced blame or misdirected feelings. Embracing this aspect of Stoic wisdom can transform our relationships, leading to healthier and more authentic connections. Would you like anything added or adjusted in this expanded version, or shall we proceed to the next paragraph? Differing values. In the rich tapestry of human interaction, one of the most vivid threads is our diversity in values. People prioritize different aspects of life, whether it's career success, family, personal freedom, or social responsibility. These differing values can sometimes lead to clashes, especially in situations where decisions affect multiple people with varying priorities. Understanding and respecting these differences, however, is key to navigating our social world effectively and harmoniously. Stoicism provides a practical framework for dealing with this diversity in values. The philosophy encourages us to recognize that while we can control our actions and responses, we cannot control, nor should we attempt to dictate the values of others. This acknowledgement is crucial in fostering tolerance and patience. Stoics advocate for focusing on our own virtues and duties, encouraging us to lead by example rather than by imposition. In the complex weave of human relationships, the diversity of values stands out starkly. Each person prioritizes different elements of life. Some might focus on career achievements, others on family bonds, personal freedom, or their role in society. This variance in values can lead to conflicts, particularly when collective decisions impact individuals with differing priorities. However, understanding and respecting these differences is essential for effective and harmonious interactions within any social structure. Stoicism offers a robust framework for navigating this diversity. The philosophy teaches us that while we can influence and control our own actions and reactions, we cannot and should not attempt to control or change the values of others. Recognizing this limitation is vital for developing tolerance and cultivating patience, both of which are necessary for peaceful coexistence. Stoic principles encourage us to concentrate on our own virtues and responsibilities, urging us to exemplify the qualities we value rather than imposing them on others. By leading through example, we can inspire others without coercion, promoting a culture of mutual respect and understanding. This approach not only mitigates conflicts, but also enhances our own moral development as we focus on embodying the virtues we admire. Moreover, by embracing Stoic wisdom, we learn to appreciate the strengths that different values bring to a community. recognizing that the diversity of perspectives can enrich decision-making processes and lead to more comprehensive solutions to common challenges. This acceptance and respect for varied values enable us to interact more effectively with those around us, fostering a society where diverse viewpoints are not just tolerated, but valued for the unique contributions they offer. Motivational differences. Just as people hold different values, what motivates us also varies widely. Some are driven by a need for security, finding motivation in stability and predictability. Others seek recognition, thriving on acknowledgement and the esteem of their peers, while yet another group may be driven by curiosity, constantly seeking new knowledge and experiences. Understanding these motivational differences is crucial in navigating our interactions both personally and professionally. Stoicism teaches us to approach each interaction with mindfulness and respect for the other's driving forces. By understanding what motivates others, we can better align our actions and communications to suit their motivations, which in turn makes our interactions more effective and harmonious. Motivational differences among individuals are as varied as the values they hold. Some people are motivated by a need for security, finding their drive in environments that offer stability and predictability. Others may be propelled by the desire for recognition, where acknowledgement and the esteem of their peers are significant motivators. There are also those who are driven by curiosity, constantly seeking new knowledge and experiences to satisfy their intellectual cravings. Understanding these diverse motivational forces is essential for navigating our personal and professional interactions effectively. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue and understanding, teaches us to approach every interaction with mindfulness and deep respect for what drives others. This understanding allows us to tailor our actions and communication styles to better resonate with the motivations of those around us, thereby enhancing the effectiveness and harmony of our interactions. For instance, when we recognize that a colleague is driven by recognition, we can make it a point to acknowledge their achievements in meaningful ways. Conversely, for someone motivated by stability, we can provide clear, consistent information and set predictable goals to help them feel secure. By aligning our interactions with the motivational needs of others, we not only foster a more collaborative and positive environment, but also encourage others to engage more fully. This approach is not about manipulation, but about enhancing understanding and cooperation through a Stoic perspective. It teaches us that by respecting and responding to the diverse motivations of those around us, we contribute to a more effective and cohesive group dynamic. Post-decision rationalization. In our journey through the complexities of human interaction, one of the subtler yet profoundly influential aspects we encounter is the phenomenon of post-decision rationalization. This occurs when individuals retroactively justify their decisions to align with their self-image or the image they wish to project to others, often revising the reasons for their decisions after the fact to fit more comfortably with their personal beliefs or societal expectations. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-awareness and authenticity, advocating for a life where our decisions and justifications are guided by truth rather than ego or external approval. By understanding that people often reshape their narratives to protect their self-esteem or to avoid cognitive dissonance, we can approach interactions with greater compassion and understanding. Recognizing post-decision rationalization in others allows us to see beyond the surface to the deeper motivations that drive behavior. It prompts us to ask why someone might feel the need to justify their actions in such a way, and what this might say about their values, insecurities, or societal pressures they feel. Post-decision rationalization is a subtle yet significant phenomenon where individuals revise their justifications for decisions already made, often altering the rationale to better fit their self-image or the expectations they believe others hold. This process occurs as people seek to maintain a consistent narrative about themselves, either to align with personal beliefs, avoid the discomfort of cognitive dissonance, or meet societal expectations. This rationalization can profoundly impact how decisions are perceived and discussed by others. Stoicism, with its focus on self-awareness and authenticity, teaches us the importance of recognizing when we or others are engaging in post-decision rationalization. This awareness encourages us to lead lives where our decisions and their justifications are not shaped by ego, fear, or the desire for external approval, but are instead rooted in truth and integrity. When we understand that individuals often reshape their decision narratives to protect their self-esteem or conform to perceived societal norms, we can engage with them more empathetically and thoughtfully. Recognizing this behavior in others allows us to delve deeper into the motivations behind their actions, prompting us to explore underlying reasons that might not be immediately apparent. For example, if a colleague defends a controversial decision with uncharacteristic fervor, understanding the potential for post-decision rationalization can lead us to consider the personal or external pressures they might be facing. This insight can transform interactions from potentially confrontational to cooperative and supportive, as it encourages a dialogue that seeks to understand rather than judge. By applying Stoic principles to recognize and understand post-decision rationalization, we not only foster greater authenticity in our own lives, but also contribute to a more understanding and compassionate environment. This approach helps mitigate conflict and strengthens relationships, promoting a culture where honesty and self-reflection are valued over the defense of potentially flawed decisions. The power of empathy and understanding. Thank you for joining us today on this exploration of Stoic wisdom applied to understanding human nature. Stoicism is not just a philosophical relic of the past, it's a vibrant and practical guide that helps us navigate the complexities of modern relationships and societal interactions. By embracing Stoic principles such as mindfulness, self-awareness, and the acceptance of differing values and motivations, we enrich our interactions and cultivate a deeper understanding of both ourselves and others. Each moment, challenge, and interaction is an opportunity to grow wiser and more connected with those around us. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism, and may each day bring you closer to true understanding and fulfillment. Remember, every interaction is a chance to practice these principles, enhancing our lives and the lives of those around us with each thoughtful engagement. If this discussion sparked your interest, be sure to explore further resources on the Stoic way of life. Remember, the path to wisdom and connectivity is a journey we make together, learning and growing as a community. Understanding the reasons behind someone's need to justify their actions offers us insights into their values, insecurities, or the societal pressures they face. For instance, if a colleague confidently defends a risky business decision after the fact, recognizing this as potential rationalization can open the door to more empathetic and productive discussions. It may reveal their quest for acceptance or their fear of failure, common struggles that each of us may face. Moreover, recognizing these tendencies in ourselves fosters significant personal growth. Stoicism prompts us to critically reflect on our own motivations, encouraging us to ensure that our actions align with our true intentions and ethical standards. This type of introspection ensures that our actions are considered and intentional, imbued with the Stoic virtues of wisdom and integrity. In conclusion, by adopting these Stoic principles, we not only enhance our understanding and patience in our interactions, but also cultivate a more authentic and self-aware life. This not only enriches our personal lives, but also positively impacts our relationships, allowing us to engage with others in a manner that is both insightful and deeply understanding. As we navigate the complexities of life, embracing Stoic wisdom doesn't just illuminate our path, it profoundly enriches our interactions. Thank you for joining us today on Stoic Mindset. If today's discussion has sparked your interest, I encourage you to delve deeper into the Stoic way of life. Remember, every interaction, challenge, and moment presents a precious opportunity to grow wiser and strengthen our connections with those around us. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism, and may each day bring you closer to both understanding and fulfillment.